What if I told you that early financial success is not about luck, rich parents, or perfect timing, but about a hidden law most people never learn? Napoleon Hill revealed this principle nearly a century ago, yet only a few apply it early enough to change their lives forever. While others wait, hesitate, and drift, the financially successful decide, act, and persist with precision. This law quietly separates those who struggle for decades from those who build wealth young. If you truly want to understand how money responds to your mindset and decisions, stay with me until the end, because the final lesson may completely change how you see success. Lesson 1. Definiteness of purpose creates wealth. The cornerstone of all individual achievement, according to Napoleon Hill, is the concept of a definite chief aim. This is not merely a good idea or a passing whim, it is a laser-focused objective that defines one's existence. Most people drift through life like a ship without a rudder, tossed about by the winds of economic shifts, social pressure, and personal whim. They want more money, but they fail to define what more actually looks like. Hill argued that the universe does not respond to vague requests. If you ask for wealth without a specific number, you are likely to receive nothing, because your mind has no clear blueprint to follow. Definiteness of purpose acts as a psychological compass, ensuring that every ounce of energy expended is moving you toward a singular predetermined destination. Clarity is the ultimate catalyst for human performance. When a person decides exactly what they want, whether it is $1 million, a specific business empire, or a certain level of influence, something shifts within the subconscious. This clarity eliminates the friction of indecision. Think of it as a magnifying glass focusing sunlight dispersed. The light is merely warm but concentrated. It can start a fire. Similarly, a person with a clear purpose begins to notice opportunities that others miss. Their brain's reticular activating system (RAS) is programmed to filter for information, people, and resources that align with their goal. Without this definiteness, those same opportunities would simply blend into the background noise of daily life. The process of defining one's purpose requires more than just thinking. It requires a written commitment. Hill insisted that a goal not written down is merely a wish. Writing crystallizes thought. It forces the individual to be honest about what they are willing to give in exchange for the wealth they desire. In the economy of life, there is no such thing as something for nothing. Definiteness of purpose involves a two-way contract. You define the prize and you define the price. By articulating the specific date by which the goal will be achieved and the specific service or product you intend to provide, you create a psychological deadline that prevents the procrastination that plagues the drifter class of society. Furthermore, a definite purpose provides the emotional resilience needed to weather the inevitable storms of entrepreneurship. When the path becomes difficult, as it always does, those with a vague desire are the first to abandon ship. They lack the why that makes the how bearable. In contrast, the individual with a burning, definite purpose views obstacles as mere data points or temporary detours. Their eyes are fixed so firmly on the horizon that the waves immediately in front of them seem insignificant. This mental posture is what separates the early achievers from those who spend a lifetime waiting for their big break to arrive by chance. Lesson 2. Desire must become an obsession. If definiteness of purpose is the destination, then burning desire is the rocket fuel. Hill observed that a casual interest in wealth is essentially a form of self-sabotage. If you only want to be rich if it's easy or if it happens, you have already guaranteed your failure. To achieve extraordinary financial success, your desire must transcend the level of a wish and enter the realm of obsession. This sounds extreme to the average person, but the average person does not achieve extraordinary wealth. Obsession, in this context, means that the goal occupies the mind so completely that it influences every decision, every habit, and every social interaction. A burning desire is characterized by an emotional intensity that overrides the instinct for comfort. Most humans are wired for the path of least resistance. We seek safety and predictability. However, the accumulation of great wealth requires the path of maximum growth, which is often the path of most resistance. Only an obsessive desire can provide the stamina to bypass the brain's natural tendency toward lethargy. When a goal becomes an obsession, the individual no longer feels like they are working in the traditional sense. Instead, they are being pulled toward their goal by a force more powerful than their own willpower. This is the state of flow that Hill often alluded to, where effort and time seem to disappear. Hill often told the story of the burning of the ships, where a commander landed on enemy shores and ordered his men to burn their transport vessels. This left them with only two options: win or perish. This is the essence of making a desire an obsession. You must burn the bridges behind you. When you eliminate the possibility of retreat, your mind operates at a higher frequency of creativity and courage. Most people keep a plan B in their back pocket just in case their dreams don't work out. Unfortunately, the very existence of plan B ensures that plan A will fail, because the mind will always choose the easier exit when things get tough. An obsessive desire means there is no backup plan, there is only the objective. This level of obsession also changes how you learn. A person with a lukewarm desire reads a book to get through it. A person with an obsessive desire reads a book to find the one sentence that will unlock their next level of success. They listen to mentors with a different kind of ears. They see the world through the lens of their ambition. This monomania, as some psychologists call it, allows for a level of specialization and mastery that the generalist can never hope to achieve. Early wealth is often the byproduct of this intense, narrow focus. While others are spreading their energy thin across dozens of interests, the obsessed individual is driving a single spike deep into the ground, reaching the gold that lies far beneath the surface. Lesson 3: Faith programs the subconscious mind. Faith, in the context of Napoleon Hill's philosophy, is the head chemist of the mind. It is not a passive religious sentiment, but an active psychological state of certainty that bridges the gap between a mental image and physical reality. When an individual possesses a definite purpose and a burning desire, they must then cultivate a state of absolute belief that the goal is already an accomplished fact. Hill argued that the subconscious mind is like a fertile garden. It does not choose which seeds to grow, it simply provides the environment for growth. If you plant seeds of doubt, you harvest failure. If you plant seeds of faith, you harvest wealth. This process of auto-suggestion, the repeated application of positive affirmations combined with intense emotion, is the method by which faith is systematically built. The science of this principle lies in the neuroplasticity of the brain. When we repeatedly visualize a successful outcome and accompany that visualization with the feeling of gratitude, we are literally rewiring our neural pathways. The subconscious mind cannot distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and a physical reality. Consequently, when faith becomes the dominant vibration of the mind, the subconscious begins to issue instructions in the form of hunches, intuitions, and lucky coincidences. These are not mystical occurrences, but the result of a mind that has been perfectly calibrated to find solutions. Faith removes the mental friction of how, and allows the individual to focus entirely on the what, trusting that the means of achievement will reveal themselves in due time. Furthermore, faith acts as a protective shield against the negative influences of the external world. Most people are highly susceptible to the poverty consciousness of their social circles. When they hear news of economic downturns or witness the failures of others, their subconscious absorbs that fear. However, a person who has programmed their mind with faith is immune to these fluctuations. They understand that their internal world creates their external world, not the other way around. This unwavering belief creates a level of confidence that is contagious. Investors, partners, and customers are naturally drawn to a leader who radiates the quiet, unshakable certainty that success is inevitable. This social magnetism is one of the fastest ways to accelerate the accumulation of early wealth. To master this lesson, one must realize that faith is a state of mind that can be induced by self-suggestion. Hill recommended a specific routine. Twice daily, one should stand in a quiet place, close their eyes, and aloud repeat the written statement of their purpose. More importantly, one must feel the money in their hands or see the business in operation. This emotional component is the electricity that charges the thought and allows it to penetrate the deeper layers of the mind. Without emotion, the words are dead. With faith, they become a creative command. It is the difference between a person who hopes they will succeed and a person who knows they will, and in the arena of wealth, the world always makes way for the person who knows. Lesson 4. Persistence defeats failure. Persistence is the insurance policy of the successful. Napoleon Hill noted that while many people have great ideas and intense desires, very few possess the staying power required to see them through to completion. Persistence is essentially a state of mind, but it is a state of mind that must be cultivated through habit. It is based on definite causes, such as definiteness of purpose, self-reliance, and the habit of cooperation. Without persistence, you will be defeated before you even start. With it, you become an unstoppable force. Hill famously claimed that there is no such thing as failure, only temporary defeat. The individual who achieves early wealth is the one who has learned to treat defeat as a teacher rather than a tombstone. The psychological test of persistence usually occurs when things are at their darkest. This is the valley of despair that every entrepreneur must cross. It is the point where the initial excitement has worn off, the resources are running low, and the results have not yet materialized. Most people quit at this exact moment, often just inches away from the breakthrough they seek. Persistence is the quality that allows a person to keep walking when they can no longer see the path. It is fueled by the burning desire mentioned earlier. If the desire is weak, persistence will be non-existent. However, if the desire is an obsession, the individual will find a way to climb over, tunnel under, or break through every wall that stands in their way. Hill identified 4 simple steps to develop the habit of persistence: a definite purpose backed by burning desire, a definite plan expressed in continuous action, a mind closed tightly against all negative and discouraging influences, and a friendly alliance with one or more persons who will encourage you to follow through. This last point, the mastermind, is crucial. Persistence is easier to maintain when you are part of a collective that refuses to accept failure. When your own will flags, the momentum of the group can carry you forward. This social accountability creates a structural necessity for persistence, making it harder to quit than it is to keep going. Ultimately, persistence is the only way to overcome the law of averages. In any endeavor, there will be a certain number of rejections, mistakes, and setbacks. If you stop after the 3rd rejection, you never reach the 10th one that contains the yes. Success is often a numbers game, and persistence is the ability to stay in the game long enough for the odds to swing in your favor. Those who achieve wealth early are often not the most talented or the most educated. They are simply the ones who refuse to go away. They wore down the opposition through sheer dogged endurance. In the history of great fortunes, persistence has proven to be the one quality that consistently replaces even the lack of genius. Lesson 5. Decisions must be fast and firm. The final pillar of early wealth is the ability to make rapid, definitive decisions. Napoleon Hill's analysis of over 500 millionaires revealed one common denominator. Every one of them had the habit of reaching decisions promptly and changing those decisions slowly, if at all. Conversely, those who failed to accumulate wealth without exception had the habit of reaching decisions very slowly and changing them frequently and quickly. Indecision is a form of mental paralysis that drains energy and kills opportunity. In the fast-moving world of finance and business, an imperfect decision made today is almost always better than a perfect decision made 6 months from now. Procrastination and indecision are twins. Where you find one, you usually find the other. The root of indecision is often a fear of being wrong or a fear of what others will think. However, the successful person understands that wrong decisions provide valuable data while no decision provides nothing but stagnation. By making fast decisions, you increase the velocity of your learning. If a choice leads to a mistake, you find out quickly and can pivot. If you spend months agonizing over a choice, you have wasted the most precious asset of all, time. Early wealth favors those who act with a sense of urgency, recognizing that the window of opportunity is often narrow and closes without warning. Reaching firm decisions also requires a high degree of self-reliance. Hill warned against the habit of listening to the opinions of others. Most people are eager to offer advice based on their own fears and limitations. If you allow the opinions of friends, family, or the media to influence your decision-making process, you will never develop a mastermind of your own. Firmness in decision-making means having the courage to follow your own internal compass and your own definite purpose. Once a course of action is decided upon, the successful individual closes their ears to the naysayers and focuses entirely on execution. This tunnel vision is necessary to protect the integrity of the plan from being diluted by outside doubt. To implement this lesson, one must practice the habit of making small decisions quickly until the decision muscle is strengthened. Start by deciding what to eat, what to wear, or which task to tackle first within seconds rather than minutes. As this habit transfers to larger business decisions, you will find that your leadership capacity increases exponentially. People are naturally drawn to those who move with purpose and decisiveness. A leader who wavers loses the confidence of their team. A leader who decides with conviction creates an atmosphere of certainty that drives everyone forward. Fast, firm decisions are the engine of momentum, and momentum is the secret source of rapid wealth creation. The hidden law behind early financial success is not secret, it is ignored. Clear purpose, burning desire, unshakable belief, relentless persistence, and decisive action form the foundation of wealth. Napoleon Hill proved that success responds to those who decide early and act boldly. The question is not whether this law works, the question is, will you apply it today, or continue waiting while others build the life you want?